In the previous video, we recalled what happens in the lungs, which is gaseous exchange. And we ended at a question which is, how does the oxygen that gets through our body, through the lungs, get to the rest of the body? And how does our body get rid of the carbon dioxide that is in our blood? Hi, I'm Mr. Long and I'm a science teacher today. Now, as you will recall, we will represent our body using these three rectangle boxes. Sometimes books will show them in this way, sometimes in this way. Alright, but they are all made up of the same three parts that you will always see. There will always be a part that is the heart, which I will write in red. Alright, and the heart is a key part of the human circulatory system. It acts as a pump. Alright, acts as a pump that pumps blood through the body. Okay, and how does the blood get to our body through pumping? Well, there are lots of blood vessels. So these red lines here represent blood vessels. So there you have it. These are the two main parts of the human circulatory system: blood vessels and the heart. Now, so what is being pumped? And of course blood is being pumped. So, but we haven't answered the question, which is, how is carbon dioxide gotten rid of? And how does our body take in oxygen and get that to the rest of the body? Alright, so let's see what happens. So let's see what happens at the lungs, right? So let's represent the lungs using this rectangular box. So when we take a deep breath and inhale, oxygen enters our nose, goes down through the windpipe into our lungs, into the blood vessels here. Blood vessels. So that is already part of the human circulatory system. And in the blood vessels now, these blood vessels become oxygenated. So here, the blood that leaves the lungs are rich. I put the arrow to show upwards to show that it has a lot. It is rich in oxygen. And this blood that is rich in oxygen goes to the heart first. Why? So the heart can pump it out. Boom, 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 boom. Pump it out to the rest of the body. Right? So this blood is still rich in oxygen. I put an arrow up to show that it's rich in oxygen. So this box here will represent the body, the rest of the body, your arms, legs, head, every part of your body. And as the blood goes through the rest of the body, the amount of oxygen gets lower and lower because every cell will need to use the oxygen. So by the time the body sends the blood back to the heart, alright, the oxygen level now has decreased. It's now poor in oxygen. And what does the heart do with the blood that's poor in oxygen? It will pump this blood, alright, towards the lungs. This blood that's poor in oxygen. Why does it pump it towards the lungs? Because the lungs here, with the next inhalation, will now refresh and the blood, okay, and give it more oxygen. So let's go through a quick one. So we inhale at the lungs, and the blood there becomes rich in oxygen. The blood that is rich in oxygen gets sent to the heart, which is pumped to the rest of the body, which will use oxygen. As the body uses oxygen, the amount of oxygen decreases, and therefore the body sends this blood that's poor in oxygen level back to the heart to be pumped towards the lungs. So with the next inhalation, the blood can now be enriched with oxygen again. Alright, this answers half of the question. How is oxygen sent to the rest of the body? But how about carbon dioxide? What happens to the carbon dioxide that's in our body? Well, as our body uses oxygen, we will give out this waste gas called carbon dioxide. So let's see what happens. So the carbon dioxide that is given out as waste gas needs to be gotten rid of. So that's why our blood is rich in oxygen here. The blood that is rich in oxygen here gets sent to the heart, so it can't be sent to the lungs. This carbon dioxide rich blood gets sent to the lungs. So when we exhale, the carbon dioxide can leave the lungs up the windpipe and through the nose. So we can get rid of this carbon dioxide when we exhale. So therefore, the blood that leaves the lung here is actually poor in carbon dioxide. I'll use this down arrow to represent it. It is poor in carbon dioxide. The blood that goes to the heart is also still poor in carbon dioxide. But as the blood flows to the rest of the body and the body uses oxygen, it will give up carbon dioxide as a waste gas. Therefore, as the blood flows through the body, the bloods become richer and richer in carbon dioxide, and then our body must get rid of this carbon dioxide. We pump this blood that's rich in carbon dioxide, to the heart, towards the lungs, and we exhale it out. So it can leave our body like this. Okay? So that's how these two very important systems, our human respiratory system and the human circulatory system, work together, hand in hand, all right, for our body to continue to function in this way. Now that we've revised both of these systems, we're going to go into the corrections. So please get this ready. And of course, before you get this ready, I'll also advise you to read through your doodle book on these two topics, on the human respiratory system as well as the circulatory system. Also, read through your textbook before we begin. Okay, take a break if you need to, and then come back and work on the third video.